You've been taught that some time frames are more consistent than others. So when things feel unclear, you go higher, looking for clarity, looking for confirmation. But that idea is where the problem starts. In the trading space, this idea is everywhere that the higher time frame is more reliable. You've probably even heard lower time frames are just noise. They're too random to trade properly. So you start treating the higher time frame like it matters more. But that assumes something important. The time frames actually have predictive power. That by looking at a certain time frame, you can know what price is going to do next. But that's not what a time frame is. A time frame doesn't predict anything because all it does is display price over time. When you look through different time frames, you're not looking at different prices. You're looking at the same price, just displayed differently. A time frame just changes how much data you're seeing. When you're on a higher time frame, data is compressed, so it looks smoother, more direct. And when you drop down, that movement is decompressed. Nothing about the price changed. You're just seeing more of what was already there. And that's why the same market can look completely different depending on where you're looking at it from. And this is where it starts to feel confusing because when you look across timeframes, it can seem like they're doing different things. What looks like a clean move on a higher time frame is made up of all those smaller movements you see on the lower time frame. They're not separate, they're the move. So it's not that one time frame is controlling the other, you're just seeing the same movement with more detail. And this is where mistakes happen. Because for a time frame to be more predictive, it would have to show you something that isn't already there. Something new, something about what happens next. But it doesn't. It can't. Because all a time frame ever shows you is what price has already done. The same price, the same data, just displayed over different periods of time. There's no extra information, nothing added, nothing that makes one time frame more predictive than another. So when you're told a higher time frame is more predictable, it's not because it actually is. It's because it's compressing data which would contradict that belief. And when you don't see that detail, everything looks cleaner. So the question isn't which time frame is right, because none of them are trying to be right. And once you understand that, everything becomes simpler.